Alright guys, BLM here back with more Knack 2. Are we only on chapter 4? Oh my god, okay, we're gonna continue on. It's next day. Or not next day, it's nighttime now, so I mean technically it is the next day, it's past midnight. How do we do this again? What a weird mechanic this is though. Fuck. But yeah, I surprisingly got a lot of shit done today. I really was not expecting it, to be honest, but there we go. Alright. Ah shit. Oh, I don't have the thing. Okay, whatever. But yeah, did not expect to get as much done today as I did. So essentially what I did, immediately, so after I last recorded, I got around to starting work on the Hellblade video. So I already said that I was going to go ahead and try to write the Hellblade video. And surprisingly, I was able to get it all done tonight. I really was not expecting that. Yeah, I started writing it I think at like 4:30 and I finished it at like 7:30. So it took about 3 hours total. But yeah, I was surprisingly able to finish that. I was not expecting that at all. Yeah, I was expecting it to take longer. I mean, the script ended up being relatively short. I mean, it is on the lower end of script length, but again, it obviously it will be because there's not much to it, just a review of one game. But it did end up being, what, like 1,700 words, which even then, at the end of the day, like, that's still a good amount. Oh my god, I didn't see that second one there. I almost died there. But yeah, so, ended up being like 1,700 words, I think 1,730 something words. So yeah, I mean, so, surprised to get that finished. And then also make a thumbnail. So I made the thumbnail, I mean, that was pretty easy. I mean, the thumbnail was easy for those sort of videos. Wait, how the fuck did they get here?
Time to do your thing, pal.
But, yeah, I did that. And by the time I finished that, it was only like 7:30. Also, Anthony Caliber was streaming, and that's the reason why I didn't go straight into Circle Brazil, because I said that earlier, how I want to watch Anthony Caliber stream, because I feel like he's very close to getting a 249 in The Last of Us, and I want to watch that. And, yeah. He did get it today. Getting pretty close, though. I mean, like, he got 2 really deep runs, just couldn't pull it off. But either way, so I watched that, but also, so the stream was still going on by the time I finished the Hellblade video, so I was like, you know what? Let's start on the other videos I had to do. So, I started work on the Big Brother, oh, I'm an idiot, just we have to go here, Big Brother winner ranking, the Big Brother US versus, Big Brother US and Canada winner ranking, like the video where I merged those two together. I started work on that, and okay, I'm an idiot. I didn't know if we could get under that or not, but yeah, I'm an idiot because I jumped right before it anyway, but it doesn't seem like we can. Okay, cool. What? Well, that's some bullshit, right? He literally shoots us in the second I switch. Actually, why am I even switching? Yeah, I'm not even paying attention. Okay. But yeah, so I started working on that, and something I realized, and I mean, obviously I kind of knew this already, but I realized that obviously there's not much prep to do, because I already have everything, because this is literally just merging 2 videos together. Oh, do we have the stealth mode again? Okay, so this is coming back. Not a big fan of it, to be honest, but whatever. Cool, if only I could fucking see now. But yeah, yes, all I had to do is make a thumbnail, which I did really quickly. I mean, actually, not really quickly. I mean, it took me like 30 minutes to do a thumbnail, if I'm being honest, because it is a like I had to get everyone's face, like all the face of all the winners that Sorry, well, and then align them on the thing, and then whatever, but still didn't take too long. Damn it. But got that done. And then also made the list itself, which I did put a lot of thought into, if I wanted to change any of the BBUS spots, and then after that, seeing where all the other winners placed and everything. I did put a lot of thought into some of these. Just not much actually ended up changing though at the end of the day. I'm trying to think, like, what did change? Like, I know I moved June down, because, like, even at the point that I made that video, I regretted having June as high as she was, and also I regretted having Adam kind of as low as he was. I mean, not really, but just, like, I felt like he should have been. Like, essentially, I swapped June and Adam. I'm trying to think, did I change anything else? I mean, I reanalyzed the top 6, but I didn't end up changing anything from that.
Awesome.
Clear crystal. I like the look, but what can it do?
Take it away, Knack.
What a weird thing. But, now, why are there so many lasers in his life, too, by the way? To the point where this is actually a useful thing. But whatever. What else was there? Did I change anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I stayed the same on everything else. But I did actually end up, with the Big Rakanda one, a lot of stuff changed. Because I made a list a while ago, like way before I even had a YouTube channel, where I mixed the BBUS and BBCan. And I, like, referred back to that list while making mine, but I did change a good chunk of things. I mean, to be honest, even the BBUS list is, like, slightly different from that anyway, but...
and we'll defend it too.
So yeah, Dane is number 2, and that was, like, no question.
There's your weak point.
And a lot of the lower ones were pretty obvious to me. I mean, again, obviously, like, Jillian at the bottom, because she wasn't supposed to win to begin with, and, like, Sarah right above Rachel. I mean, I did, like, reanalyze that one. I did consider putting Sarah a bit higher, but no, I decided I can't put her that much higher. And then Nick and Phil, like, have them at the bottom of the winners that won out, and then Kevin have him at the top of the winners that won out. It's like, those were easy. John and Paris were the tough ones for me. Like, and also reanalyzed Tamar and Marissa, but that was... Oh no, I did switch something. I did switch Will and Lisa. That's something. I did move Lisa up a spot, because after thinking about it more, I felt like... Again, like, I've never been a big fan of Will's BB2 game, and it's just, I felt like, and Lisa was more, like, it was better positioned, than Will throughout most of the game, and also I feel like Lisa, wins in more scenarios than Will does that season, so I decided to put Lisa above Will. But anyway, yeah, Paris was tough, because it's like I don't know, I mean, like, I think Paris as a player, I think is probably, like, better than her winning game. Even though I don't think her winning game is bad, I just feel like, because, like, I feel like she played it perfectly, kind of middle of the road game. Like, she was, like, the person kind of in the middle of things, but never really actively controlling things. And that's the tough thing about her game. And then, like, comparing her to John, I thought about possibly switching them back, because, like, I used to have it John then Paris, but then I changed my mind when I did the winner ranking for Big Rakanda, and I thought about changing it back here, but then I just thought about John's game more, and I was like, well, John had a lot of flaws too. So it's like, for me, I mean, I just felt like it didn't make sense to switch them up. But then I think when, like, relating them to the BBUS list, it's kind of hard to relate them there, because it's like, whenever I think of John's game, I think of him as, like, a lesser Drew, which is, like, higher on the list than Paris, which when I think of Paris, I think of as a kind of a lesser June, if not, like, maybe slightly better. I'm, like, around where June is. So it's like, those two things don't correlate with what I'm thinking with the Big Rakanda ranking. So that was tough. I actually putting John and Paris back to back, and then I put them below June, I believe is where I put them. Because again, for me, I mean, because I mean, John did technically win out, so I felt like that was enough to really, knock him a bit for that. And then also, I do think in retrospect, I mean, maybe, I do think John, I think John probably gets a bit overrated. I mean, it's weird because, like, I feel like John was like, based on what John was talked about at the time, I feel like he's definitely overrated. Though I feel like now he's kind of, like, gone down in people's estimations, and then I feel like because of that he's not as overrated because he's not even that highly rated anymore, but, still. I do find it really funny, though, that I remember I got this comment a while back that, and I continue to get comments like this, that people talking about Dane having not played a good game. And it's like, oh, what are you watching? But whatever. Oh, fuck. Wait, can we not? Oh, shit. Fuck. Fuck off, game. Is it? Okay, there we go. But either way, I was able to do that. I was able to finish that video, and then I decided. Then, like, Anthony Caliber was still, again, his run was still going. So I was like, well, let's start the Survivor Top 10 One-Time Player video then. And so I started working on that, and I was like, well, shit, this is another really easy video. Like, there's no prep again, because it's like, again, like, because essentially it's building off of my non-winning one-time player list. It's essentially that list, but then add in the winners. And obviously I already have all this stuff from the winners, from all my fucking videos about, like, all winner seasons, and from my winner rankings, and, like, all this. Like, I already have all the stuff I need. So it's like, that was easy. All I need to do is make a thumbnail, and then make the list. So I made the thumbnail. Well, I made the list first, and again, that was pretty quick. All I had to do was just add the winners to the list. But then there was some real debate there, and some I'm still debating even now, to be honest. I'm not very. The thing is, no women made the top 10, and I think that's tough. I'm debating on Vesepia, and that's really the main. Because to be honest, I don't think any woman makes the top 10. Like, I mean, for me, it's not really. Like, I just feel like all the good female players, or all the best female players have played again. Like, obviously, Suri, Parvati, Amanda, I mean, whoever else you want to have high on the player lists. Like, I mean, they've played again. And, when it comes to my old list, like, all the women were, like, towards the bottom of the list. So, like, when we add in the winners, there's no room for them. I mean, again, Vesepia is the only one that, and out of the women that haven't played again at this point, like, again, 10 of them came back for Winners at War. 10 of the best female winners came back for Winners at War. So it's like, there's no women left. I mean, literally, Vesepia is the only, like, competent, like, it's literally Vesepia and Natalie are the only two female players to not play again at this point. Like, literally every single other female winner has played again, has played twice. So that was tough. Like, because Vesepia is close to making the list. Like, I mean, I think she ended up being, like, number 12. So I debated, like, on, like, should I just, like, fucking force her in the list? Or should I, like, but then, like, even then, like, I tried to, like, reanalyze her game and, like, was like, well, is she better than Rafe? And, like, I just don't feel, and Rafe ended up being number 10 on the list, and it's like, I just don't feel like she is. Like, I mean, because I think the problem with Vesepia that I have, like, essentially, I tried to, like, look at Vesepia versus Carolyn. And to be honest, I think even I think if Carolyn has a better player than Vesepia. I do think in retrospect, though, I would actually have Rodney lower on the list than I put him. I put him at number 6. In retrospect, I would have put Carolyn above him. But either way, I mean, like, I mean, she doesn't, like, Vesepia just doesn't make the list. Because, I mean, like, Carolyn didn't make the list, and I think of her as a lesser version of Carolyn as a player overall. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I just didn't feel like Vesepia fit the list. And because of that, no women made the list. I'm trying to think of the men. Obviously, the top few are male winners now. There I'm trying to think. Like, okay, well, I might as well go through the entire thing. Brian Heidick made the list. I don't remember exactly what position he was. He wasn't one of the top ones. Because I think the problem with Brian Heidick is that he comes up, I think, on any given season, I don't think he does as well as he did his first time. Though I do think what he did his first time was obviously impressive, so. Okay. There. So, I do think he's a good player. I mean, I think especially for the time that he played Survivor, I just don't feel like on any given season he's guaranteed to do well. Though obviously he does know how to dominate a game. He does know how to think about the game in a really strategic way. Like I do think he's an impressive player overall, but just like not enough to put him towards the top of the list. Like I mean, I think I had him at like number 8 or 9 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I think I know he was above Mike White, who was at number 9. And then I think I put him below Devin, right? I think that's what I did. So I do think he's at number 8. What are we doing here? Is this the way that we came from? It is. No. What are we doing? But yeah, Brian Heidick. Chris made the list. He was pretty high. I think he was number 3. Yeah, I think he was number 3, right? Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in Chris as a player. If he if he was the way he was in Vanuatu. And by the way, I'm talking about Chris Doherty, not Chris Underwood. Where are we going then? And there's another path, right? Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Again, the fact that they added this much puzzle shit in this game is like, what the fuck? Considering like the first game had almost none of this. Okay. So. Fuck. To be honest, I would not have thought of this right away. Like, I knew we had to move the 1, but I didn't realize we would have to move it, like, all the way like this, so. Fuck, game. Alright, so we have to move it here, right? There we go. And then we hit this, and then we can go across. There we go. That was really overly complicated, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to record tonight. I do work tomorrow. I have to get up, and to be honest, I don't have to get up that late, though. That's why I'm like, maybe I'll record a lot, maybe I won't. Because I have to get up at, what, like 10? So it's not even that late. Or it's not even that early, I mean. Cool. Whatever. Okay, so I need lasers to hit that. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, overall with that list, it was pretty fun. Oh yeah, I didn't go through everyone. Yeah, that I. Yeah, Earl made the list. I mean, this is the thing I debated on: is Earl number 1 or 2? And to be honest, I think he's number 2. I mean, I came into the list thinking he was number 1, but after thinking about it a bit more, I think Tommy's number 1. Like, I really do at this point. Like, I think Tommy just played such a masterful game his season. To where, I mean, I think he is number 1. I mean, I think that is what it is going to end up being, but whatever. But yeah, Earl's still number 2. I mean, Earl's played incredibly as well. I'm trying to think who's next. Todd. Todd's on the list as well. I mean, I don't remember exactly where he is. I think he's like number 6 or so. Like, I mean, if I'm trying to, okay, well, let's just try to remember the list. I think it's Tommy, Earl, Chris. Then is it Dominic or is it Todd? I forgot actually. It might be Todd. Then Dominic. Then Ian. And then Devin, then Brian Heidick, and then the other 2, Mike White, and then Rafe. I think that's how it played out. Alright. Put that there. It's here. There we go. Oh fuck, I pushed the wrong button. I keep on thinking this is fucking the first game, so I keep on pushing triangle. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like Bob wasn't really a consideration. Natalie White wasn't really a consideration. Fabio wasn't a consideration. Mike almost made the list. I really debated over Mike. I think Mike was number 11, right? Like I even put him higher than Carolyn and Bisepia. So yeah. I mean, the thing about Mike is that I think he made obviously he made a massive mistake on his season, but I think on any given season, I do have a lot of confidence in him being able to get far into the game, and if he ends up being in a position where he needs to win out, I have confidence in him winning out as well.
I never get tired of watching him do that.
Just a little more.
I bet Urick's fingerprints are all over this place.
Let's see what we can find.
Yeah,
Urick cleaned out the place pretty good when
and that's the last winner, right? Yeah.
forever.
So it's so weird how almost all the winners have played again at this point.
Ah, behold, a map of the High Goblin Empire.
It's literally what, like,
Or should I say,
is it
half
9
a map.
winners that have not, or maybe it's
What
11.
about you guys?
Yeah, I think it's 11.
Seems
But
the
either way,
robots were designed for remote activation and control. It's actually pretty cool.
it is really weird how of the what,
It is cool,
30,
but I'm not
is it
surprised.
30, yeah, 38
Lucas,
winners, 27
remember
of
when I
them
told
have
you
played
how
again now.
Marius defeated the goblin armies? Well, that victory was short-lived. Humiliated by defeat, Urick returned to his lab and conceived a new plan. He designed a control center from which to coordinate and command his forces, as well as created weapons so powerful that no human could ever stop them.
Yeah, so who's the ones that
largest
have
of
played
these
again that aren't
weapons
on this season? It's
called
what, Hatch,
Titans.
Tina,
In the
Jenna,
final
Tom,
battle,
Aris,
Marius led the remnants of the human armies against the goblins. The Titans were mighty foes.
JT,
And it seemed as if this would
and
be
Cochrane,
the end for the
right, yeah.
humans. But in fact,
I suppose I could do it
Marius
that
created
quickly.
a diversion. While he dueled against the Titans, his strike team infiltrated the control center.
I really don't care about the story. Like, why are they even, like, yeah, it's funny to me that they're even trying.
Into its very heart. At the height of the battle, mere moments before the last of the human army was to be slaughtered, the strike team disabled the control center, and the ancient weapons froze.
But yeah, I mean, essentially, if you
Never
can't
to move again.
tell me what I'm
Without the
saying,
Titans,
I
the
finished
High
prep on
Goblins were
3
quickly
videos
defeated.
today. Like, it's pretty
This
ridiculous.
time, Our founder knew
But
there
I
was
also
no
ended
mercy.
up watching 2 more episodes of The
Those
Circle
few
after that.
goblins that survived
So
were
essentially, I
cast into
worked
the
on 4
wilderness.
videos today.
And Marius took his place in history
So
as
yeah,
the
watched 2 more
greatest
episodes of
of
Circle.
leaders.
I'm halfway through the season.
Do you think someone found the control center and is reactivating
Which I like the
robots
last
from
2
there?
episodes a bit more.
Maybe. But no one knows
I think
where
there's
the
some
control
interesting
center
strategy
is.
actually going on that I wasn't
Including us.
expecting. I didn't expect
We've
this
run out of clues
Brazilian
here.
cast to
What
be
now?
a strategic one, but turns out there's actually a good amount of people playing the game. Like Kel's playing strategically,
Delivered all of
DeMarcus
Doctor's
is
early
playing
prototypes. Good idea, Knack.
strategically. JP out of nowhere fucking today, like in these 2 episodes, like played really strategically and he's playing really well. Where he made like a really solid alliance of 3. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? So it's so weird how this is like a shitty version of Uncharted.
Yikes! Goblins galore.
They've got ancient weapons too. This is not good.
Worse.
I really
Found the
don't
control
care.
center.
Whoa! The monks are getting ready for battle.
We need to talk to Xander.
Friends, so glad for your help. Ava, I wish you had told me you were going with our new friend.
I wish you had told me you were sending my brothers to battle. Our way is to seek peace.
I am quite aware of the way of the monk. Ava,
I really don't care about any of this.
but you are young, and perhaps I've sheltered you too much. The path of peace is an ideal.
But yeah,
to
so
respect.
yeah, that's what I did today. I got a lot of shit I got done. I was very surprised. So I'm where I'm at right now. I have 4 videos prepped already. So
We have to get to the
essentially
museum to
next.
find
So
out
I mean,
information, but the
when
city's
I'm not
crawling
working
with goblins.
tomorrow and Sunday, I think I'm gonna try to watch more of The Circle.
Find the museum a bit north of here.
And then
Gareth
by
Hale created a version to keep the goblins away from them.
let's see,
Thank you, Xander.
like
on,
on
Knack.
Monday, I'm working, aren't I? Yeah, I don't know. Well, Monday
If you feel
night.
you need to go with them, then go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens if Anthony Caliber stream after work, but if he's
And
still
Ava.
streaming or not,
Be careful.
I guess this goes to Saturday or Sunday. I
I'll
might
return
watch
as
it.
soon as I can.
If not, then I'll watch more of The Circle. Then Tuesday, if Anthony Caliber is streaming, then I might watch it. I mean, knowing my luck, he's gonna get the record like tomorrow, or Sunday, or whatever. Like one of these days I'm working, because that's usually what happens. This is really weird. Like, what the fuck?
Look, my brothers are clearing a path for us.
Okay. What a weird fucking thing. Fuck, he's quick too. What the fuck? Okay. I'm really fucking confused over why this guy's so quick and like dodging all of our attacks. What the fuck? Wouldn't even let me hit him there. Am I missing something? What am I missing? Okay. We hit him there. That was weird. Oh fuck, I'll have more of them. But yeah, whatever. So, yeah, I talked about this before, how I wanted to do the International Survivor. Like, essentially, I want to do 6 videos at a time. So, I'm gonna try to get the International Survivor Top 10 Player full-time video prepped. I mean, again, that one shouldn't be that tough either. Again, that's another one that's, like, combining multiple lists. And, yeah, I do have to add New Zealand and Survivor UK. But, again, I don't even know if anyone from UK makes the list anyway. In New Zealand, it's like, I mean, it's obviously going to be, what, Lisa, and that's probably it. Maybe Avi. I don't know, probably not. And even Lisa is gonna be tough to put on the actual list because I feel like she's like a worse version of Pia in terms of a player. Actually, is she though? I mean, like, I don't know. I think Lisa's tough because I feel like Lisa's like can so easily be a first boot. I kind of like Pia, but I feel like she's also just not as blatantly good socially. But at the same time, I think she's definitely better strategically. But again, she almost lost that season. Like it was a what 4-3 vote, right? Was it 4-3 vote? It was, right? Who was the third vote? I know Adam and Brad. Who the fuck was the third vote? I don't remember anymore. Who the fuck was on that jury? Alright, let's see. Wait. Lisa got the votes of Aaron, Eve, Matt, and one other person, right? I can't remember that season. Who the fuck was on that jury? Tara. That's who voted for Lisa. So who's the one other person? That voted for Tess. Oh, it was Renee. Fuck Renee. I forgot Renee was even a fucking person. I mean, I loved Renee on that season at the time, but it's like, fuck Renee now. I mean, she's like really fucking bitter over that season. She was like really bitter at Dave for like no reason, right? That's kind of funny. Like, it's so funny how like that season seems like forever ago, but it was really only what 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I think Lisa makes the list. And then I obviously have to merge the two, the Australian Survivor and Survivor South Africa lists. I mean, like, if I were to get, I mean, like, obviously David will end up making the top 10, Jericho will make the top 10, Pia will make the top 10, I would think. I don't know if Sharn makes the cut. We'll see. Because, like, I think when it comes to the US for the South Africa version, I think the top 4 easily make the cut. I think Rob, and also Rob, yeah, I need to add Rob Dixon too, so that's probably the top 10 actually now that I think about it. It's probably Lisa. Actually, I don't know, because does Avi make the list? Avi might make the list over. But the problem with Avi, I think the problem with Avi is that his strategy works so well on the season that had so many people that wanted to play honorably. Like on any given season, like if he was on season 2 of New Zealand, that strategy does not work at all. So that's a tough thing with him, but yeah, it's tough actually, but either way, like, I mean, it's what, Rob Dixon? Yeah, I think it's what, Matt? Oh, not Matt, what am I talking about? Who the fuck is Matt? What Matt am I even talking about? Whatever, it's Rob, that's what I meant to say. It's Rob, Werner, Ashley Hayden, and Graham from South Africa. I think those 4 solidly make the list. From Australian Survivor, I think Dave, I think Jericho, and I think Pia solidly make the list. So that's 7 already. Again, I think Rob Dixon makes the list, like hands down. There's no debate. Rob Dixon makes the list, so that's 8. Shit. So if I add Lisa, that's 9. So there's actually 1 more spot. So it probably ends up going to... It might go to Avi, actually. Because I think I would have Avi as a better player than Sharn. Fuck. Actually, I don't know, would I though? I mean, I think they have the same issues, but it's like... I mean, Avi won though, but then at the same time, I think Sharn could have easily won Championship Contender. Fuck. That's not a great checkpoint. I don't know why I didn't just end the episode, by the way. Who the fuck are those people?
Where did the goblins get all those weapons from?
So yeah, I mean that's probably the top 10. Again, I don't think anyone from UK makes the list. Like the only one from season 1 that would even be in consideration is Richard, and I just don't think he makes the list. And I mean, like I think he would definitely be like number like within the top 15, but he definitely doesn't like reach top 10.
It's the clock tower. I believe the museum is a little
And
bit
then
further
season
on.
2, I mean like Johnny,
That's how I remember it. Here's hoping we'll
like
find a clue
won
of some sort.
dominantly, but it's like he's not a good, like he didn't play. Like he's just being himself and was just so happened to being in the majority the entire time. Same thing goes for like John of that season as well.
Nice move. Think you could teach me that one?
Of course.
And again with I think Rob Dixon makes the cut from 2000. I'll share it's probably 2002. I think he's the only one who makes the cut from that season, and then I don't think anyone makes it from Celebrity. So that would end up being the list, I think. Okay, we'll end after this series of cutscenes. It's just weird that we're getting cutscenes. Okay.
Your new move
Hook shot.
extends your reach. Use it to open that gate.
We got a trophy. Alright, we'll end here. Next episode we're going to continue on. I don't know if I want to record another one tonight. Kind of leaning towards no. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.